Hello, good evening, and welcome to Belgrade, Serbia. This is the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament final between Serbia and Italy. Well, both of these teams just one win away from a spot in the Tokyo Games. Which team will it be that's celebrating at the end of the night? We know Serbia certainly understand what that feeling is, having done it 5 years ago. Of course, some different players in that team, but there are some players here that were there. And, well, Italy, they haven't played at the Olympics since 2004 when they won the silver medal. But they have looked every bit the part of a team that could make it to Tokyo. But I think we both agree, Josh Davis, that they need to have their best performance of the Olympic qualifying tournament tonight.
Yeah, no disrespect to the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines, but these are probably the two best teams we expected going into the tournament, and they've played the best over this past week. And like you said, Serbia has to be clicking on all cylinders to punch their ticket to the Olympics for Tokyo.
Well, Italy only had to beat Puerto Rico, or only met Puerto Rico rather in the group phase, because Senegal didn't make it due to COVID problems. So they ended up having a two-team group, and both teams advanced, and their victory over Puerto Rico put them up against the Dominican Republic, whom they won against relatively decisively in the end. They've been impressive, you know, perhaps minus some of the star power of years gone by, yet in many respects, they've been a better oiled machine.
Yeah, they've played very good basketball, specifically on defense. They were absolutely dominant yesterday in the semifinal against the Dominican Republic, held them to 30% shooting. But then offensively, they've also been making shots, 44% from three, averaging 85 points per game. They've got great contributions from guys like Polonara and Simone Fontecchio. Also see the young star Nico Mannion also really making an impact. And on Serbia's side, well, they got the fans back in the building, Jeff.
Yeah, the fans, more fans tonight allowed, and it's exciting stuff for Igor Kokoskov, and I think they're going to need every bit of help that they can get tonight. No disrespect to that talented unit there. Obviously, Nemanja Bjelica hoping he can play at the Olympics for the first time. He was injured 5 years ago when they played in Rio. Milos Teodosic understands fully what this is all about. There he is. He seems to be as good as ever. And Vasanicic, without a question, and Boban Marjanovic, two big-time players on this roster for Igor Kokoskov, who led Slovenia to the FIBA Eurobasket title back in 2017 with a victory over Serbia in the final. He's going to now lead Serbia, and he's hoping he can lead them into the Olympics. We're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems.
himna Republike Srbije.
The roar of the crowd in the Alexander Nikolic Hall, otherwise known as the Pioneer. Guilherme Locatelli from Brazil. So close to winning, and then Serbia have won each of their 7 games, in the competition by that average, going back to the last one back in 2016. That one they won at a canter. This one hasn't been quite so straightforward.
Yeah, they haven't really. Well, yeah, yesterday obviously against Dominican Republic, they did put up 102 points. Played a great game. Against Puerto Rico, put up 102 points. Played a great game. But the one thing tonight, Serbia looking to be the only team of the 4 OQT hosts to actually make it to the Olympics.
Well, that's right, because Canada lost in the semifinals to the Czech Republic. Lithuania have just lost in the final and Kaunas. And of course, Croatia slipping up against Germany in the semifinals in Split. There you go. Maybe I didn't think. When I was picking my winners tonight, I wasn't thinking about that. This is why we do it, Josh.
I can't wait.
This is why we love this job. Good evening, folks. Welcome to Belgrade, Serbia. It's the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament between the final between Italy and Serbia and Nicolò Melli. And already a little bit of jitters. The ball goes off the hands of Mannion and out of bounds.
Well, we talked about it. This crowd obviously much more amped up than they've been in the previous 3 games. How much can they affect Italy, rattle them potentially on that first possession? Not a good look. Melli passing up the open shot, the lob.
And Fontecchio there to stop Dobric. That's a common sight, seeing him flying near the rim.
And if you haven't seen Italy play, all 5 players on the court can knock down the outside shot.
Melli has been struggling with his shot, and he starts with a baseline jumper.
Yeah, very good sight there for Italy. You mentioned that Melli just 2 of 14 so far from the field in this tournament, 14%. You're getting off to a much brighter start there from the field.
Marjanovic turns and denied. Melli corrals that rebound.
And of course, Melli and Marjanovic teammates on the Mavs for the second half of this past NBA season.
Melli lets it fly, and this time Bjelica rebounds the miss.
And Marjanovic will have to consider coming out to contest those shots. Don't want to give him wide open looks all night.
Bjelica backs up Polonara. Goes up. Oh, that was strong.
And Nemanja Bjelica, such a solid player for this Serbian team. 15 points a game, 56% from the field. Also providing some rim protection.
Bounce back door, and there he's blocked by Dobric.
He's an athlete, Jeff.
The Tonut was not expecting that. Just ignore the score there on the graphic. It's 2-2 right now. Dobric. Tonut rebounds the miss. He was in the team 5 years ago that fell to Croatia in the final. As was Melli. Here is Dobric, or rather back out to Melli. And there for the follow, Polonara going up and fouled, I believe, by Marjanovic.
Yeah, Polonara just getting good inside position for the offensive rebound. Take a look, Melli unable to hit the open shot. Polonara right there, Marjanovic catching him on the left wrist. But that's what he does. He battles for rebounds, leads this team in rebounding.
Folks, this guy has really taken off. Achille Polonara. He has gone from, well, will he be a fringe national team player to an out-and-out linchpin in the Italy team? He makes both. Question is, are they giving him 2 for that or just 1? Oh, they give him 2.
Wow, they tipped it in, yeah.
Because of the tap. So a break. Good aggressive play there for Italy. Dobric into Marjanovic.
They are giving up considerable size inside. Melli and Fontecchio, 6'8", 6'9" range. Marjanovic obviously 7'3".
Koskov has the high energy. Abramovic on Mannion. And Jusic, meanwhile, on Tonut. Tonut gets to the rim, but then misses the layup. And Jusic. Bjelica range. And good rebound, Fontecchio. Another of the Italian players who has absolutely taken off. And he might just be their best player in this tournament.
That's exactly how I feel, Jeff, and he looks very comfortable out there. Gets to his spots at his own pace. That's a good lucky stroke.
Marjanovic fouled by Melli.
And Marjanovic so hard to guard inside. He just kind of posts up and camps out right in front of the rim there in the lane. You see the hook there, Melli just grabbing.
By hook or by crook, he's going to get where he wants. And again, that was the miss and the good play by Fontecchio. Bjelica a little bit closer this time. He's looked good in this tournament.
He really has. You mentioned it early. He missed the 2016 Olympics due to injury. He'll do everything he can to get there.
Polonara, like I was saying.
And Jeff, he's the second most efficient shooter in this tournament. 69% from the field. He just hasn't missed.
He's going for the steal there. He leaves Bjelica open. And this time escaped, and Meli doing a good job of keeping Marjanovic away from the basketball. What a matchup.
Mannion's been quiet so far.
Mannion drives in.
Sorry, Nico.
He heard you.
Well, he's an electrifying point guard. Great handle, also very athletic, sneaky athletic, and a great defender.
Avramovic goes behind his back, going up against Mannion, gets inside, and they call a offensive foul, grabbing the jersey as he goes past. I'd have to see it again. Watch this.
Right, yeah, right there is incidental. If we can get the other camera angle, you can see it a little bit better.
That was the Bielica three-pointer. Bielica did miss the second game after a very physical encounter with the Dominican Republic on opening night, so he didn't play against the Philippines, and they really missed him. Mannion! And Mannion chirping away at Avramovic. A little bit of trash talk.
Yeah, Nico Mannion, if you haven't seen him before, high school legend in Arizona, also played at the University of Arizona. And of course, second-round pick of the
Siena.
Warriors, but he is from Italy, born and partly raised.
Let's listen in on this timeout.
Ajmo, Vasa, Teo, Šegi ostaje. Imam Belog i imam Filipa.
Well, there you see the Mannion jumper from the free throw line. Off the spin move. And Mannion's done a great job this tournament looking for his shot. He's averaging 14.5 points per game, but also giving you 4 assists per game. As you see the legends here of Serbia.
Well, no, you got Turgot Demirel there, the FIBA Europe president, second from the right. And to his right was the Secretary General of the Serbian Basketball Federation. All of these people are legends.
Well,
you're a legend.
Hey, speaking of legends, Milos Teodosic has entered the game.
As has Vasa Micic.
Yeah, Micic, who didn't start. Hearing the MVP chants.
This is, I think it's Micic because he was the MVP of the EuroLeague and the EuroLeague Final Four. And here's a cheap foul that Fontecchio has given away. It's interesting that Fontecchio, where he plays on the court, is coming out and having to guard the point guard, Micic. I guess just illustrates how versatile he is. Petrusev also in the game, gets it over to Bielica.
It's already the 5th shot attempt from Bielica.
Fontecchio, oh my goodness. I mean, you know, whatever Aito Garcia did at Alba Berlin with him cemented his legend as a coach. I mean, he was certainly singing his praises, and he's showing why in this tournament. He has taken off. Dobric, Petrusev.
Another one of those players been very impressive so far. Petrusev only playing about 18 minutes a game, but giving you 13 points off that bench as Mannion can't hit the three.
Petrusev with the rebound. Micic, that's good.
And what a good sight for Micic, who is nursing a sore shoulder. It didn't affect him on that shot.
Here he goes. Tonut short. Teodosic, his pass batted away by Polinar. This is where Italy have to get it done on the defensive end. Dobric. How quickly things have changed.
Well, they put in Teodosic, they put in Micic, and all of a sudden it's back to a one-point game. And this is what a final is all about. Both teams playing at a very high level. Let's listen in on the Italian timeout.
Ci hanno fatto cosa? Sono bravi, ci hanno fatto ballare e hanno preso questo. Il problema è il rimbalzo che abbiamo lasciato lì. Hai capito? Quello è il problema. Poi sono stati bravi in questo. Andiamo.
Via la palla in attacco, ragazzi, via la palla, dai.
Andiamo a giocare 4. 4. Ci siamo? Ok?
Proviamo a fare correre Teodoni.
Chi è che...
Well, you see Mitsic coming into the game and making an immediate impact or sudden impact. Teodosic again with his passing, getting it over to Dobric, and all of a sudden everything is honky-dory with the team in white tonight.
Yeah, Teodosic, who hasn't started any of the games, but as soon as he's on, teammates know they're going to be looking for him. I should say he'll be looking for them. Already has 2 assists in his first minute of action.
I'll tell you, there's so many Serbian greats, Yugoslavian greats here in the arena tonight that almost every time we get somebody on camera, there's somebody. We did get a look at Duško Vujašević before, former coach of Yugoslavia, and obviously Montenegro and Bosnia-Herzegovina. They're all here to watch. This is the place to be in Belgrade tonight. Alejandro Payola getting ready to come into the game. Mannion drives in, tough shot, and Mitsic with the foul.
Well, Nico Mannion not phased at all by the stage so far. That's his 3rd field goal. You see the crossover, gets into the lane, takes the bump, finishes off the glass. Great move there by Nico Mannion.
So Meli goes out and Tessitori comes into the game, number 16. That would be Amadeo. And Payola, I believe, is going to replace Mannion. So Alessandro Payola comes into the game. Mannion takes a breather. And really, at this level, Josh, you cannot afford to have a drop-off with your subs. And really, these guys have done the job all tournament long.
Yeah, Payola looked pretty good yesterday. Is also nursing a sore ankle.
He did well with it, though, didn't he? He sprained it in the opening win, or in the win over Puerto Rico early, but he was able to play well in the last game. Teodosic. And Polonara, another rebound for him.
So far, 8 of Serbia's 12 attempts have been from 3-point range.
And again, this time Tonu with the reverse layup. He's explosive, isn't he?
He's not just a shooter, although he can't shoot.
Jimmy Buckets, Stevie Buckets.
That's what he goes by. Oh, what a steal.
Payola with the steal, yep. Tessitori showing the ball handling, and he goes in for the dunk. I tell you, he reminds me of Dennis Marcanato, the great Italian teams in the past. Tessitori goes in for the 2-handed jam. Timeout, Serbia.
Ajmo.
40 minuta, nećemo ih dobiti u prvoj četvrtini, samo lagano, brate. Dobri smo, malo na skok i to je to. I odbrana jebi ga, 23 poena sa 7 minuta. Ajde.
Ej, Kalina na 4, Andjuša se vraća. Andjuša mi je 3. Ajde čuvamo 1-1, moram čuvamo 1-1 bolje. U tranziciju ulazimo, kogod je Kalina, u tranziciju ulazimo u sideline. Prva akcija nek bude away. Slušaj, daj da trčimo, oni neće.
Well, you see the steal there. Payola saves it, and then Tessitori, 1, 2, 3. He might have taken an extra step, but watch the pass fake. Just froze Bielisa, and he gets the 2-handed flush. 23 points in the first quarter already for Italy. We barely played less than 8 minutes, so Serbia's defense needs to step up a little bit.
Josh, 4 FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournaments, and they've been, wow. I find myself going home and watching the one in Victoria, Canada, getting up to watch games. Last night, they come from behind game. They came from behind against the Czech Republic to force overtime, and then the Czechs won it. It's just been an incredible summer already of international basketball. Mitsic fouled and gets 3 free throws. So Micic goes to the line. And just one more point about that. Lithuania has been at the Olympics every year since 1992, since their independence. And they're not going this year. I mean, I still can't believe that, despite the fact that they ran into the Slovenian buzzsaw and Luka Doncic.
Yeah, the international basketball world, just so much talent right now that it's going to mean that some of the powerhouses just can't qualify. Meanwhile, Vasa Micic does such a good job at drawing fouls. He's obviously he missed one game, but he's 13 of 16 now overall from the free throw line. Scores on all 3 levels, beyond the arc, can get to the lane, and of course, to the charity stripe as well.
Petrusev has been tremendous. These players, I mean, you know what? They are fiery competitors out here right now, but such good people. I mean, we just see them in the hotel and everything. Look at this. So Moraschini's coming into the game. All these players, they're friendly with each other in between games, but once the tip takes place, they are after each other. And Tonu is going at it again.
Good
Quick
pass.
Polonara, and ball hit out of bounds. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
We should also mention Kalinic, who missed the last 2 games with injury, able to suit up here tonight. Teodosic, ooh, might have gone off Polonara's leg there.
See what they can get. Have to get it in bounds first of all. Tonu is going to get the penetration. Nope, he's going to step back, put it up, and he's going to hit it. Tonu!
Well, we said he can shoot. Comes in averaging 11.5 points per game on 57% from 3. Gets his first long distance shot here tonight. Micic likes the matchup.
Are they going to count it? No, they're not. He's not getting the continuation. I can see why the crowd might have wanted it.
Well, the foul right there takes his 2 steps and elevates.
We've been seeing Micic in our sleep driving to the basket. He just does it so well, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, he's like unstoppable.
Yeah, he's crafty, right? He's not necessarily the quickest point guard as you see now, the Tona 3-pointer. Kalinic had his hands up, didn't even matter.
You got to tip your hat to Kalinic. He's been tough. And Tessitori called for a grab. So free throws for Petrusev. Bielica catching his breath. Serbia down 8 points.
Well, if you had a chance to watch the game last night, Serbia, Puerto Rico, Serbia pulled away thanks to the free throw line. They shot 30 of 34 from the free throw line already here tonight. 4 of 4. Make that 5 of 5. Petrusev.
Tonu, long. One of the rare occasions when the Italians don't pass it around. Now, again, Micic looking to get some penetration. Here he goes. Whips it back to Andjusic, behind the back pass. Petrusev goes right at Tessitori. And the Latvian referee, Kozlauskas, calls the foul.
Well, Tessitori did a good job moving his feet, staying in front of Petrusev. Got some of the ball.
I think he got a lot of ball.
That's what he's telling the referee. Again, Filip Petrusev, just 21 years old. Already has 4 points here. So far in the tournament, 15 of 20 from the field. 75% shooting, not bad for your backup center.
Michele Vitali comes in for Tonu. And Petrusev. Getting opportunities at the stripe, makes both. And Serbia, once again, closed the gap. Modeschini gets on the baseline outside to Melli. Oh, wonderful pass, but he stepped out of bounds. No, Payola called for the travel.
And yeah, you can see the bench telling Melli to shoot. Such a good shooter. Unselfish pass, yep.
Sorry, Vitali stepped out of bounds.
Took an extra little dribble there, extra step before he dribbled.
Only the winner goes to the Olympics. Who will it be? Micic.
A lot of dribbling.
And misses everything. So 8.4 seconds remains. Ricci in the game. He had Petrusev behind him. Locatelli, Guilherme Locatelli, very firm in his decision. Watch this.
Well, the air ball and the two guys go for it. Oh,
I'm not going to see it from that one, that angle.
Abramovich back into the game for Teodosic. Mannion also re-enters. You can see Abramovich will be trying to guard him full court.
Tonut has it. Here he goes. Gets to the rim once again. Boy, how good is Tonut? Just sit back and enjoy it. The shot was made from 3/4 of the length of the court, but it's not going to count by Serbia. This is Tonut.
Just too easy, especially as the time was winding down. No one in the lane to help side defense. As you see Abramovich. Well, it's the second too late.
End of one. Italy on top of Serbia, 28-22.
Well, a great first quarter for Italy. You see they're shooting, especially inside the arc, 10-13. They're 12-19 overall for 63%. Meanwhile, Serbia getting to the free throw line. They're aggressive. You know, they get into the lane. Obviously, they have size inside as well. 7-7 from there. But we'll check out the best plays of that first quarter. A quarter that saw Italy build a 9-point lead. Meanwhile, Serbia yet to be in front at this stage.
Yeah, you mentioned it. We saw some good things from Fontecchio, but you mentioned that Serbia, you know, went to the line a lot yesterday. 30 of 34 against Puerto Rico, who themselves were just 6 of 9, and that was a bone of contention with the Puerto Ricans after the game. But the style of play,
exactly.
Whatever. I mean, but already tonight we're seeing some more of the same from Serbia. And when you do that, you got to make sure you cash in on those opportunities. And they have been.
I was curious to see how the coaches would, you know, use the rotation, shorten the rotation, but they've actually kept it pretty extensive so far, as we see Ricci, Gianpaolo Ricci in the game for the first time.
Serbia, winners of the silver medal at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics, trying to make it back for the second consecutive time. And again, Italy trying to make it to the Olympics for the first time since 2004. Great defense behind by Ricci. Melli doesn't hesitate this time. And Ricci fouled as he comes from behind. Good box out by Andjusic.
Yeah, good to see Melo letting it fly, and then two guys battling for the rebound. Ricci surprised by the call.
Petrusev takes the handoff, now gets it to Dobric. Shot clock to 5. Dobric going up against Melli. Turns it, almost over. Vramovic, did he get it off in time? Yes, he did.
Well, back to back, great defensive possessions for Italy. And Serbia yet to get a solid shot here in the second quarter.
Mannion.
Chance to run.
Dobric, bounce pass of Vramovic.
Picture perfect fast break there. Unselfish pass from Dobric to Abramovic. Two lefties connecting.
The tally pass intercepted. Great play, Petrusev. Quickly into transition again. 2 free throws coming after the foul called on Mannion. Mannion and Dobric having words.
Yeah, Mannion kind of cut him off a little bit. Somewhat of a dangerous play. I don't think he was trying to hurt him. Literally turned his back to him. Referees having a conversation with the players, telling them to calm down a little bit. Emotions are high here in Belgrade.
They are indeed. Serbia crowd is amping it up, and the players themselves certainly are shifting to a higher gear. Dobric with 2 free throws.
But you know what? Fontecchio and Tonuk, I know Tonuk's on the bench right now. Those are 2 guys who just never seem like they go up or down. Their emotions are pretty leveled. They've been consistent.
See Milosavljevic on the right and Teodosic on the left watching, as well as Igor Kokoskov, the Serbia coach. And Dobric makes 1 of 2. Mannion quickly takes it forward. Holy cow, look at that.
Hey, Nico Mannion has come here to play today, folks.
And Jusic open for 3.
You cannot leave him open.
Jelko Obradovic checking out the action. Another of the legendary coaches. Italy by just 2 points. Meli, bounce pass. Vitali back outside the Ricci. Mannion. They tried to get it to Meli, and a foul called on Kalinic down low.
Well, you see here the 3-pointer, and Jusic, who for me has been the most consistent shooter for Serbia, averaging about 11 points per game in this tournament. As Tonut re-enters the fray.
Yeah, Tonut has been one of the more effective players.
Yeah, the backcourt for Italy combining for 16 of their 30 points here so far between Mannion and Tonut.
Ricci open, he can fill it up, but it rattles out. Serbia can tie it or take the lead. Abramovic gets blocked by Ricci.
What do you make of Kokoskov having Misic and Teodosic as part of the second 5?
It's interesting. He seems to prefer Abramovic when Mannion is on the floor for Italy.
Exactly.
And Jusic. There he is. And Serbia have taken the lead.
And that release is so pure for Danilo and Jusic. And it's the first lead of the night. Good denial there from Dobric.
Fontecchio. Tough shot. Go, my.
Hey, tough shot maker.
You can't be watching that and not being all Fontecchio. He's been doing that all game long, all tournament long, rather.
And he's 4 for 4 from the field.
And Jusic has the answer.
Well, he heard me saying his praises. Shooting the 3, making me look good right now.
Mannion, the other way.
A little bit too quick, too quick.
Serbia looking to build on their 2-point lead. Here goes Andjusic again, going right at Ricci. And he's got a couple of free throws coming. We're really seeing the emergence of Andjusic.
Yeah, when you looked at the roster going into this tournament, he might not have been the first name that you looked at, but right now he is the reason that they have this lead. You see the back-to-back threes, just barely gets his feet set and just lets it fly. 3 in a row, letting the crowd know that he's here. He's the first player in double figures.
Takes his time, makes both. So, dangerous moments, really. The momentum right now with Serbia.
Good denial again. Playing much better defense here in the second quarter, Jeff.
Polonara, I mean, he is just your get-out-of-jail-free card every time.
Polonara and Fontecchio, I don't think they've missed this tournament, honestly. I feel like every shot they've put up has gone down.
And that's under real pressure with Serbia. The momentum, but here's Avramovic again. And this time he not able to get it to drop. Tonu. Polonara. Fontecchio over to Meli. That's off. And a foul called on Serbia.
Well, Meli did knock down a 3 yesterday.
No, they called the foul, excuse me, on it. Is it on Serbia or Italy?
No, it's on Serbia.
It is. Okay.
Lisa pushing it back. You see here, Polonara knocking down the 3.
And Andjusic thought the foul was on Serbia. He's having to run back and play. Excuse me, on Italy. Yeah, the confidence is not there with his shot still from Meli, you can see.
We struggled with the Pelicans earlier on in the NBA season. Didn't get too much playing time with the Mavs. Is Mannion under pressure?
Yeah, that was a tough shot by Mannion. And Andjusic, no problem with him. This time, though, Tonu getting the hand up.
Also, Marjanovic, haven't seen much of him. It's just not really, you know, the matchups, right? They play 5 out.
And Fontecchio gets the foul called on Teodosic.
Italy 54% shooting so far, although just 3 of 12 from 3. So really, if you're looking to go to the basket, that's been their go-to move so far. Let's see if Polonara can do it again.
Polonara has it taken away by Teodosic. He dives on the floor to knock it over to Micic.
Great hustle there by the captain.
Now they get it to Bjelica, and he goes right at Polonara, but misses. Polonara hustles down the floor. Look at Mannion. He gets to the rim. Nico Mannion.
He's very dangerous in the open court, Jeff. Aggressive scoring point guard.
Teodosic, the pass master. He's got eyes in the back of his head. Here he goes. Gets it over to Andjusic from the right corner. Andjusic cooling off just a little bit. Marjanovic getting ready to come back into the game. Tonu from the top. Both teams cooling off just a tad. Excellent work, Bjelica, but he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out of bounds and came back onto the floor, but wasn't on the court in time.
So Andjusic, great work from him. He's going to get a breather, and he's replaced by Marjanovic.
Well, you're seeing a 2-3 zone now that Marjanovic is on the floor. Oh, too much room for Fontecchio.
He's got another one.
Way too much room. That's the problem with the zone. You got 5 shooters on the court. Someone's going to be open.
Micic. And down low and traveling.
They're going to give that foul to Mannion, so that's his second.
Fontecchio, again, another look at that beautiful stroke of his. Mannion takes the seat with Italy up 40-36. And Dobric takes his time, makes the first. There's Jovic. His OQT ended the other night against the Philippines when he went down with a calf injury.
Also, no Marco Spissu so far here tonight for Italy. Started at point guard for the first few games.
Yeah, I have to say, he didn't seem to be at his best. And by contrast, Payola defensively was excellent. When he came out, Fontecchio went in for the dunk and was blocked by the very athletic Dobric. Boy, Fontecchio hit the runway, didn't he? I didn't expect that.
Well, he's about to take off. You see gathering his feet, and Dobric got a lot of ball there, Jeff, and the ref.
Oh, yeah, he definitely got him on the arm.
Okay.
No question about it. That second one, you could see he got him. Fontecchio, another big game for him, 11 points.
He's just confident right now, and clearly his play for Alba Berlin has just transferred over here to
his
play with Italy.
His stock is rising fast. And the way this Italian team's playing, there is every reason to be hopeful that they'll be at the Olympics. They are tough. And Serbia, obviously the home court advantage and plenty of talent. And Marjanovic taps it in.
Well, you can't teach size, and Marjanovic is one of the biggest guys you'll see on the basketball court.
Tonut.
Nice pass.
Wow. How did he get that in there? Polonara brings it back outside, pulling Marjanovic away from the basket. He pulls it up for three. Good. Another one. Polonara.
Well, the one thing we can say is that they are not fazed by this crowd. They've already put up 45 points in this first half.
Marjanovic turns and scores on his former teammate in New Orleans. Excuse me, what?
With the Mavericks.
Sorry, the Mavericks. Here you go, Payola. The team he joined late, right, that's right. Here we go, and Tonut, another three.
You see his face, just no change whatsoever. Stone cold shooter out there.
And Marjanovic held by Melli, former Mavs teammate.
That's an easy call. And Marjanovic, not one of those bigs that you want to foul. He's 83% from the free throw line. So 2 minutes away from the halftime break. And it looks like these guys could use a break. They are playing at a very high level.
Well, the stakes are high. There couldn't be any higher, really. Marjanovic gets it to drop. Just one of two, so it's a 5-point lead. Fontecchio, and a rare miss from him. Micic passes it back outside to Teodosic. Tonut, good job moving his feet. Marjanovic called for the foul, raised his left arm.
Well, Melli might not be knocking down his shots, but he is battling defensively, and you gotta love that from your captain. Let's see here, Marjanovic catches it. Well, Melli felt a little bit of contact on the chin.
Probably happens a lot with Marjanovic because he's so tall, but he definitely had his elbow at an angle, didn't he? Pointing up. Fontecchio is going to inbound the basketball to Paiola. Teammate of Teodosic's at Virtus. Ricci, go! Another three-pointer for Italy, and their lead goes back up to 51-43.
Well, they started cold from beyond the arc, but they've really heated up in the last 5 minutes to build this 8-point lead.
And Polonara with a strong rebound.
Serbia needs a stop right now, Jeff. They don't want to go into the halftime break down double digits at home.
Oh, Polonara has been money in the bank.
Well, no one even there to contest. It's not like he hasn't hit a few. He's hit a bunch.
Well,
fourth three-pointer of this first half for Achille Polonara.
11 points, the advantage for Italy. They've taken all the momentum here at the end of the first half. Micic fights his way in. Tough finish. Here goes Tonut again. Over to Paiola for three. Got it! The Azzurri has struck again. Italy, the wind is in their sails here in Belgrade.
Well, Tonut draws the defense in. Nice pump fake from Paiola. And he knocks it down. Micic can't believe it. And you see what it means. Tonut for the first time showing emotion out here as they go into the halftime break up 12 points.
Forza Italia is the Italians up 57-45 over Serbia at halftime.
Well, the shooting has just been unconscious right now for Italy. They're 58% from the field, shooting 50% from three. They made 9 in that first half after only making 2 in the first quarter. So, you know, the free throws again for Serbia are the key. 13 of 15 from the free throw line. Italy out rebounding Serbia by 3. Both teams doing a pretty good job sharing the ball and taking care of the ball. You see there the assist and turnover numbers. But Italy has come to play. Mannion, 11 points. Tonut, 10 points. Fontecchio, 13 points. And of course, Polonara with 13 points as well to go to 7 rebounds. They have just been consistent. Meanwhile, for Serbia, off the bench, and Andjusic, Micic, and Marjanovic getting contributions, but it hasn't been enough so far. As we check out some of the action in the first 20 minutes, Bielisa, who got off to a great start, very quiet since the first couple of minutes.
You know, Josh, I've been really kind of going back and forth thinking who has been, if you had to choose a player, I think we kind of both agreed maybe the edge to Fontecchio for Italy, but Polonara has been just as good. He's 4 of 4 from three-point range today. 13 points. Both of them have 13 points, and that just illustrates the dilemma.
Yeah, they are a great tandem. I mean, they're so interchangeable, but they also complement each other so well. Both about 6'8", 6'9", play outside in. They put a lot of pressure on the defense, and of course with Mannion, you know, with his ball handling wizardry and ability to get into the lane.
Well, you've got that, and really you have to tip your hat to Tonut, the way he has played tonight, as well as Paiola. I mean, Paiola, coming off the bench, has just got, he's got 4 assists to go with his 3 points. He hit that big three-pointer. All credit to Coach Mayo Sacchetti for identifying the right players at the right time in this game, because they are doing well.
And if it wasn't for Danilo Andjusic, Serbia would be even more trouble at this point. He's got 11 points, leading scorer for them. But he's really been the only consistent player in this first half, right? Misic does have 8 points, just 2 or 3 from the field. But who else is going to step up here in Belgrade for the Serbians, as we're 20 minutes away from seeing who's going to get to the Olympics?
Well, neither Marjanovic nor Bjelica were in the Serbia team that played at the Rio Olympics, and of course that is something that both of them want to experience in their careers. They've got a lot of work to do. Nobody has the right to play at the Olympics. You've got to earn it, and right now the Italians, you know, since they have set foot in Belgrade, have been utterly sensational, and they've continued that tonight. Already with 3 players, in fact 4 players in double digits. I mean,
yeah, it's just balanced scoring. It's coming from all angles. Mannion's attacking the basket. The other guys seem to be knocking down all their shots.
So again, we're at halftime. Italy on top, 57-45 over Serbia.
And there may well still be a chance for Brazil. Alex, he's going to heave it from centre court. He has done everything here in Split at this tournament. The 41-year-old, eternal youth on the Adriatic.
Doncic through traffic for 2.
Oh, what a move. Just puts Chario on skates as he goes to the basket. Look at this play. Steps in, puts the brakes on, puts the skids on Chario and gets the score.
He's going to have extended minutes if Kananidis' injuries are an issue. Sabonis! Oh! Threw that down on the far side of the ring.
Quick steal or a foul, and then a foul. Oh, there's the steal.
There's a steal. Wiggins has it. Canada has a chance to tie. Wiggins for 3. Sure! Oh! Andrew Wiggins ties the game. Can you believe it? 94 all with 10 to play.
10 points in 40 seconds.
5 to shoot. Satoransky turns. Satoransky off over Dart. Banks it in with 1.4 remaining. Tomasz Satoransky, clutch for the Czech Republic.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Coach, your team scored 57 points in the first half. Is this as good as it could get?
It's important the offense, but we play also a good defense. The good defense push in the offense to good open shot we made. It's too long. The game is 20 minutes against Serbia. It's most difficult.
Coach, at the end of second quarter, it looked like the momentum has shifted to Italy a little bit. What did you discuss?
Yeah, the defending three-point line is a key tonight. They were breaking the paint way too easy, guarding one-on-one, and then they have a lot of shooters. We have to close out better. We have to defend three-point line. I mean, they made a lot of threes at the end of the second quarter.
Thank you. Good luck.
What a game. Danilo Andjusic with 11 points. Serbia, at moments getting the momentum, coming back, and then Italy turning on the style at the end of the first half. 4 players in double figures and leading by 12 points. It has been something else, folks, here in Belgrade. Vasimicic, the MVP of the EuroLeague this season, of course, playing in Turkey with Anadolu Efes, and just a whale of a game. And I dare say, Josh, I think some national teams maybe have been flying under the radar. Germany have gone down to Croatia, and where I think everybody was either expecting Croatia or Brazil to advance, and Germany have won to go to clinch a spot in the Olympics. Of course, Luka Doncic fueled Slovenia have won the OQT in Lithuania. Already Canada has been knocked out in Victoria.
Right.
It's going to be Greece or the Czech Republic in here. It's between Italy and Serbia, and the way Italy have played all tournament long, they're just not easing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you heard Coach Kokoshkov talk about the three-point line being the difference here so far. But for me, it's just the quality of the shots, right? The quality of the looks that Italy's gotten. For the most part, they've been open. They have great ball movement, great player movement. For Serbia so far, it's been a little bit of isolation with Misic. Every now and then, Teodosic runs a pick and roll, or they want to go to Marjanovic. They can't quite figure out what's going to be their bread and butter. Against the Philippines, obviously Marjanovic dominated, right? Against the Dominican Republic, he dominated, but he's not really able to exert that dominance here tonight. So they're going to have to do it as a team, and they got a lot of work to do these next 20 minutes.
Well, Italy certainly cannot ease up at all, but they have given themselves a great platform to build on here for this second half. And in some respects, maybe halftime didn't come at the right time for Italy. They had all the momentum. Serbia have been able to go back. And if there's one thing you would say about this, coach of Serbia, Igor Kokoskov, and these players, they have been in the battles over the years. They know what it takes. They probably won't be faced at all by this deficit, but the sense of urgency has to be there.
Minuti insieme, anche nei momenti difficili insieme, aiutiamoci in difesa, ribalzo, sempre.
Facciamoci fare 4 minuti e li lasciamo qua.
they're coming back out of the court. Big moment there. Turgay Demirel has to enjoy seeing this all-European final. Demirel on the right, FIBA Europe president, between Italy and Serbia. It's just been quite a throwdown. Lots of twists and turns certain to come here in the second half. Second half action underway. Italy starting with possession, and Mannion goes in and is denied by Dobric, who swats him and then stares at him. Not in my house.
Well, that's how you start a second half. Mannion thought he had the step, went up for the flush, and Dobric, who is an athlete himself, great recovery.
Mannion with the push-ups. Tonu. Serbia wanted to travel. Tonu from the arc. They battled for the ball, and Jusic was on the ground. Another 14. Mele. Nicolo Mele on the telly. He shows us what he's got. Biggest lead of the game for Italy.
And just a big shot for Mele personally. 1 of 4 now from beyond the arc.
60-45. Italy on top of Serbia. Marjanovic and Polonara backs it over to Mele.
Well, great defense there from Mele to force Marjanovic off the block. Polonara again.
He just doesn't miss. 5 of 5 from three-point range.
This is unbelievable, Jeff. They are 11 of 21 from three-point land.
Polonara has been sensational. Here he is with the steal. He goes up ahead and fouled by Andjusic.
Well, Serbia turns it over, and Andjusic makes a play on the ball.
We talked about Aitor Garcia giving a lot of help to the development of Fontecchio, but for this man right here, Polonara, also you got to say Dusko Ivanovic at Baskonia. Boy, what a job he's done helping with his development, and of course he'll be playing for that man at Fenerbahce.
Yeah, absolutely. And Petrusev comes into the game early here in the second half as they need people to contest the perimeter.
Mannion. Dobric with maybe the signature play, getting the block. Here's Mannion, and he goes down. Nicic quickly to Dobric. Tough pass, tough catch. And the foul called before the shot. And the Pioneer crowd, the Alexander Nikolic Hall.
Well, the foul was there.
Yeah, he got him just before he was able to release it.
So it's the second time Serbia has been the victim of a non-continuation.
Josh, this is an 18-point lead. I mean, this is scary. I mean, we saw Italy come back from 17 against Puerto Rico.
And they've got 18 minutes to come back from the 18-point deficit.
And Jusic drives in. This crowd has got to get behind Serbia. Mannion explodes to the basket. He is utterly sensational.
Well, when he gets into that lane, such a creative finisher around the basket.
Quick pass, Petrusev. This is electric stuff.
Really like Petrusev's game as well, Jeff. Very efficient. Knows what he does well.
Polonara again. Now he goes in and scores and is fouled by Bielitsa.
They just haven't been able to stop them. They're scoring pretty much every possession. They put up 28 points in the first quarter, 29 in the second, and they've got 10 here in the first 2-minute plus.
Josh, they must absolutely be bouncing from Rome to Milan to Bologna about this Italian team. They've got it back. They are tough.
And you talked about it, Jeff. If they do punch that ticket to the Olympics, this team right here, how can you change it?
How can you change this team? This would have to be the team. And of course, we know some players aren't here, but If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tough decisions, perhaps. They don't have to make it yet. They got to get the win. Micic intercepted by Polonara.
He's doing everything now. It's his second steal of the half. 19 points, 7 rebounds. I like this two-man game action between the...
Polonara over to Melli. Air ball from Melli. Still not in his rhythm on offense, that's for sure. Now Micic.
Good help.
Bjelica fouled by Polonara.
Bjelica putting the ball on the floor, drawing that foul. As you see the score, they're shocked right now in this building.
Well, it's not the first time that Serbia have had a tough time in this tournament. I mean, they have had some tough games. Micic and the quick hands knocks it out of bounds. You know, Dominican Republic came at them strong. Foul called on Melli. They had a hard time against the Philippines. Granted, they played without Bjelica, without Micic that night, and without Kalinic.
But they were vulnerable. That's what we saw.
They certainly had their moments as well against Puerto Rico. And here they're now really being pushed by the Italians. Bjelica from the arc. And the ball bounces off the rim on top of the backboard and out of bounds.
We should also mention Serbia played Italy at the 2019 World Cup. It's a little bit of a payback game. Serbia won that one 92-77. Bogdanovic had 31 points. Jokic had 15. Jovic, who's also missing tonight, had 11. As far as the guys who are here, Bjelica, 5 points in that game. Micic, 6 points in that game. Boban, 6 points. So the Italians are like, hey, we have nothing to fear.
Hey, and don't forget, Eurobasket 2017. Remember that? In Istanbul, we were there.
Serbia beat them again.
Yeah, I mean, Italy put a hurting on Finland, but then they just had no answers going up against Serbia. Tonu playing like an all-star tonight. Over to Mannion. Here he goes. Great defense by Petrusev. Teodosic's pass looked like it was hit by Tessitore.
Yeah, he's looking for Kalinic inside. As you can see, Mannion attacks the basket. Petrusev, yep, it's a nice clean block. A Bill Russell kind of block where you maintain the possession and go the other way.
That's right. What good's a block if you don't get the ball? Does send a message, I guess. Teodosic. Kalinic. Fontecchio. 16, just under 16 minutes remaining. Polonara guarded closely by Teodosic. Tonu. Polonara. Ooh, boy,
halfway down.
Even that was in, and it bounced out. First time he's missed tonight, folks, from the arc. Petrusev.
That's the shot you want if you're Italy.
Mannion gets it over just in the nick of time, being guarded by Avramovic. Polonara puts it on the deck this time.
Oh, dangerous.
Yep. Threw it into the hands of Avramovic. And Avramovic tried to get in transition. Now Italy run. They've got numbers. Tonu back to Fontecchio. And he's fouled by Kalinic.
Well, great transition defense on one end by Mannion to force a tough shot from Avramovic. Fontecchio pushes it up. Tonu gives it right back to the trailer. Looked like Fontecchio was ready to put Kalinic on a poster. It's a good foul.
Yeah, actually, that was a pretty good job by Kalinic to prevent the shot, but Fontecchio has been tough at the line. Payola comes in for Mannion, and Vitali also checking into the game. Well, Polonara showing he's human by missing a 3 and also turning the ball over. But here are the Italians still back at the line, leading 68-49.
Fontecchio yet to miss a free throw in this tournament. Not even sure if it hit the rim at all. I'm just impressed, Jeff. That's all I can say.
I am totally. I am too. Remarkable. So Fontecchio takes a breather, and Vitali comes in for him, and it's back to a 21-point lead. That's right, folks. I said it's back to a 21-point lead for Italy over Serbia. And the ball goes off of Kalinic.
That's when you know things are just not going your way. Unforced turnover.
This Italian team is irrepressible right now. Tonut. Over to Paiola. Count it! Boy, Paiola. Sprained ankle or no sprained ankle. Look at the Italians celebrate. They are in command. 73-49. 14 minutes and 23 seconds remaining.
Well, Jeff, they might not have booked their ticket yet, but they're making a reservation. Well, Paiola spotting up in the corner. As Jeff mentioned in the first half, he's only taken a couple of shots, but he's knocked them down. Just threes dropping from everywhere. They're 12 of 24 so far. Obviously, that's 50%. And you can see what it means. So much on the line right now these last 15 minutes. The fans doing everything they can to rally their team.
Well, the crowd is going to have to be loud. Yes. But the way this Italy team is playing right now, I have not seen them with this steely determination and confidence and talent since 2004. Unbelievable. Here they are getting it down low. Bielitsa staying after it, and Paiola with the rebound.
Italy 16 of 4 in this third quarter. Just shutting down the Serbian offense.
Tonut gets in. Great D by Bielitsa. Serbia trying to get down the court quickly to beat the Italians, but they hustle back. Teodosic hounded by Paiola, his Virtus teammate.
You can see they've had a couple of battles in practice. Paiola trying to poke the ball from behind. Goes off Teodosic's knee. And then Vitali commits a foul on Kalinic reaching in.
Avramovic goes out and Jusic comes back in. Kokoskov doing some coaching with Avramovic, but it's very simple. Serbia have to keep that scoreboard ticking over and continue to get some stops. And Teodosic fouled by Vitali before the shot.
If they get 2 free throws, they're in the bonus.
You know, one thing that's worth remembering is that, you know, these Italians have been able to play in the Eurobasket qualifiers. This is a team that knows each other.
Yeah, you're right about that. Obviously, they're hosting the 22, or one of the 4 hosts for the 2022 Eurobasket, but they won their first 4 games in those qualifiers. They lost their last 2, but they didn't really have their main guys, or these guys at least. Only Spisu and Richie were on that team in those 2 losses.
Well, Payola raising eyebrows, folks, with his performance here in Belgrade. Tonut as well has been exceptional. Tessitore, Serbia really picking up the defense. Payola steps back from the arc, rims out. Look at Tessitore going up for the rebound, and Jusic fouls him. What is there not to like about that trip for Italy? I mean, even on the miss, they get the rebound.
Yeah, looked good again. Seems like their misses go halfway down, but Tessitore, great inside position. Then one of the 2 players with World Cup experience on this squad alongside Abbas.
Payola this time makes the wrong decision. Great D by Bielica. And Dobric drives in, and he is fouled. The Serbia defense has really ratcheted up a notch.
Yeah, smart timeout here from Mayo Sacchetti. Couple empty possessions. So let's listen in on the Italian timeout.
Arriviamo e giochiamo il pick and roll e poi va Fonte per Polo, ok? Pick and roll. Giochi questo pick and roll. Se cambiano, dov'è Tex? Tu te ne vai sotto, cosa, e giochiamo la penetrazione. Occhio che fanno il blitz, hai capito? Ti mandano uno e mandano un altro, bisogna muovere la palla, hai capito? Andiamo, guys, forza! 1, 2, 3, andiamo!
We see some of the images of tonight's, really the emotional images. Highs and lows of the game so far. .2-point game, 13 minutes to play. Mannion back on the floor alongside Payola and Vitali. So a 3-guard lineup here.
Nenad Krstic texting away, and Manjunedovic to beside him. I mean, you know, so many options over the years for Serbia. You know, it's not a matter of I think they're confident with this team. Obviously, they would have liked to have had Jokic, but at the end of the day, you know, everybody's missing somebody, and it seems like Italy have been, from the very beginning, gelling. Now Teodosic fouls Mannion.
That's going to send him to the free throw line.
Teodosic.
Confusion.
And Mannion makes the first. Well, they'll fight to the death, Serbia. There's no doubt about it. And I think they're gonna, I would expect a run, at least, to make it interesting, to get it down to maybe even 10. But I mean, this is a huge lead, folks. 75-52. It is a mountain. So more free throws coming for Teodosic. 2:47 remaining.
Well, the free throw line has been one of their primary weapons. This will be the 20th and 21st free throws of the night.
Serbia have been so good at the free throw line, and they've been good tonight, but right now they're 16 of 20 after that miss. Mannion goes past Teodosic, and then he's tripped up. So more free throws now for Mannion. And Teodosic pleads his case with Johan Rosso.
Well, Seemed like the foul was actually committed by Dobric. So that's his second. Of course, Mannion, as we mentioned, second round pick of the Golden State Warriors. Spent some time in the G League also, especially when Steph Curry was injured. Got a few starts with the Golden State Warriors. Just 20 years old, bright future.
Supremely confident. He's got an incredible character, and so does that man, and Jusic.
They gave him too much space on the catch. And 19 points now for Andjusic.
The tally from the arc. And look at Tessitore stealing the basketball, gets it to Fontecchio. He missed again.
Oh, wow.
Serbia hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Andjusic from the arc. Here they come.
Here they come, Jeff. Absolutely correct. It's back down to 18, 77-59.
Backs to the wall. It's a deafening roar here in the old pioneer, the Alexander Nicholas Hall. Fontecchio. Great D by Bjelica.
Again, the Serbia has 59 right now. The graphic hasn't been updated yet.
77-59. They find Dobric. He doesn't catch it cleanly. And a foul called on Fontecchio.
Well, it seemed like Dobric kind of just slipped. Wow. We'll see Teodosic will find you.
Making the hair on the back of your neck stand up inside this famous arena. Trying to bring Serbia back from the dead.
Well, Polonara comes back into the game for Italy.
And don't look now, it's a 17-point deficit for Serbia, and they have the wind in their sails.
If they can get it down to 12 by the break, they'll be in a pretty decent position going into the final 10.
Big moment for Mannion, guarded by Teodosic.
How will the 20-year-old point guard respond? The atmosphere is tense, to say the least.
Oh, good reach by the Serbian defense. Mannion, shot clock down to 7. He puts it up for 3. Got it! Ice running in his veins.
Well, that silences the crowd momentarily.
Embracing the challenge.
His first 3 of the night as well.
Oh, they get it inside. Beautiful pass. And Jusic to Kalinic.
Wants the ice on Kalinic. Kalinic daring him to shoot. Gets into the lane.
Oh, tough drive. Good job. Bjelica knocking it off the rim. And now Serbia. 5-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. And suddenly they look irrepressible. Teodosic. Goes at Fontecchio. No, back to Bjelica for 3. Misses badly. Just
time.
enough time for Payola. Gets it back to Polonara. And he's able to put up a very awkward shot. Polonara didn't see Vitali in time. He apologizes for not making the pass. Woo! I tell you what, this is the first time a 17-point lead doesn't feel safe. Italy lead it 80-63 over Serbia at the end of 3.
Well, you see the shooting stats. Italy still knocking down a lot of shots from beyond the arc. 19 free throws so far for Serbia. Serbia 45% shooting overall. Italy still sitting at 50%. Very efficient. One thing I'll say is you check out the best plays of the third quarter. Nico Mannion 7 of 15 so far, looking for his shot. Fontecchio 8 shots. Polonara 9 shots. You want to probably get them a little bit more involved because they can do things like this.
Who is he calling? Andrusic has been terrific. I tell you, it's, you know, Micic was, he felt like Serbia's fortunes rested with him at halftime, but in the comeback, he hasn't been out here. It's been Andrusic, Teodosic, Bjelica, Kalinic, and Dobric. And, well, all hands on deck, really, as you look at Andrusic.
Yeah, he's also been kind of the emotional firecracker for the Serbian team, knocking down big shot after big shot. And Andrusic with 5 threes here on the evening. And now 10 minutes away from knowing who's going to go to the Olympics out of Belgrade. So what was once a 24-point lead has dwindled down to 17. Serbia the first possession. One play at a time if you're Serbia.
Fourth quarter action underway here in the Pioneer. And Kalinic hands it off. And Dobric goes up. And he's fouled by Melli.
You can't ask for a more perfect start. Like you mentioned, it's 15-point game, but it feels like 5 if you're in here right now. The way that the fans are.
4 fouls on Melli. Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's a 2 or 3 point lead right now, the way Serbia are playing. Italy under real pressure. All the momentum. And Abramovich and Paiola, I think, saw the opportunity perhaps to kind of fall for Abramovich to get the foul called. Watch this again.
And Sacchetti making an interesting substitution here, brings Vitali, another ball handler, in for Melli. Obviously, Melli had his 4 fouls, but choosing to go with perimeter rather than size.
Yeah, it's small ball, really, for both teams. With Bjelica on the bench. And Paiola over to Fontecchio. Oh, Teodosic with the grab of the jersey up high on Fontecchio.
Yeah, we barely heard the whistle.
It's not really a basketball play, is it? But no unsportsmanlike. And another foul call, this one on Andrusic.
That's 3 now. We've only played 27 seconds. So if you're Serbia, the last thing you want to do is put Italy on the free throw line.
Nope. Just checking out the messages. Certainly SOS is coming out here in Belgrade. Tonu goes hard to the rack. He's not there, but the follow. Paiola couldn't get it, but Tonu gets it back.
Smart decision bringing it back out.
And Abramovich reaches in yet again. And Tonu frustrated with himself that he didn't score, but he gets it back. Abramovich with 3 fouls, and the fouls accumulating.
Yeah, he didn't really get the ball. Again, you reach, you're going to get called for it. Tonu can't believe he missed that free throw after turning the corner. And now they're in the bonus, and we've only played 42 seconds. That's remarkable.
Yeah, that is remarkable. And now
we go.
Free throws coming for Tonu. And now a technical foul has been called on Andrusic.
That's the problem when you're down this much. You want to try to get back into the game so quickly. You're going to start reaching.
Now, I think he got him on the arm. He's frustrated. And Tonu with the technical. I don't know if this is the technical. Yeah, so this will be the technical free throw, and then I think he'll take. Or maybe Fontecchio should take it. Isn't he the better shooter? Anyway, Tonu takes his time, makes the first, makes the technical, and now he'll get the 2 free throws. Tonut makes the second. And the third. So 3 points courtesy of the foul and the technical foul. So the lead goes back up to 17. How big will that be going down the stretch? Dobric gets in the paint, goes up, and gets swatted by Fontecchio. Tremendous hustle from Kalinic to save it in bounds, but it goes to Vitali.
Fontecchio showing he's a bit of a two-way player there with the block. Here he is, that's his spot.
And gets it to drop. He just continues to impress on both ends of the floor. 17 points for Fontecchio. Zoran Savic, the former Yugoslavia international, can hardly bear to watch. He's looking at his phone. Timeout called by Serbia.
Well, we've only played a minute and 15 seconds in this fourth quarter, but we've had so much action already. What a game. What a tournament.
Pametno, jebi ga, moramo da zaratimo kao što zaratimo, ali da ne uradimo dušu faul. Evo mi je na lopti ovde, svi ću već, da, svi se dobro, sve. Starim Dobrića tamo,
Well, you see the block there from Fontecchio, and then on the other end, just shoots up to the free throw line. No one in his sight, just knocks it down. And we talked about it before the game. You know, kind of the first team to 80 points. That's kind of one of the magic numbers, and I didn't expect Italy to get there in the third quarter. And obviously now already sitting with 85.
Josh, Slovenia have already clinched their spot in the Olympics, led by Luka Doncic and the Kaunas OQT. They beat host Lithuania in the final. Unbelievable performance by Slovenia. Germany stunned Brazil in the final in Split, Croatia today, also to book their place. Greece and the Czech Republic will play later, and right now it's Serbia trying to come back against Italy, and Petrusev scoring with the alley-oop. Fontecchio likes this matchup with Avramovic. He spins, puts it up, follows up his own miss.
3 white jerseys in the lane, didn't matter. Fontecchio, first of all, a great move to get the first shot off, and then even a better one to finish off the putback.
Dobric from three-point range. Wow, the sense of urgency is there. Italy know they've got to keep that scoreboard ticking over right now. The Serbia team is not going to go away. Payola drives in, gets it to drop. You can only be impressed with him. He has been sensational coming off the bench.
And they've gotten contributions from so many players here tonight.
Well, Teodosic. Oh, look at the rebound by Petrusev.
Of course, there are NBA scouts here in the arena. Petrusev getting a lot of looks, just 21 years of age, the former U18 European champion.
Plenty of people probably being scouted here tonight. Here's Petrusev.
And he heard you talking about his free throw shooting from the first game. He's been
improved.
much better since.
Absolutely.
5 of 5 here tonight.
Igor Kokoskov. He knows what it's like. You have to just keep plugging away here, but soon enough the clock will become the enemy. Right now a 16-point lead for Italy. Tonut and Avramovic. Good effort. Serbia hustling, and now Johan Rosso changes the call. He got it mixed up.
Well, great sportsmanship. Vitali admitting that it was off him as well. Have a look here. Great camera work. Vitali got his left hand in.
Yeah, Abramovich.
Promise I did not touch it.
Every possession crucial right now. Oh, look at the anticipation from Tonu. He's going to go in for the dunk.
Oh! Tonut! Stevie Buckets, what are you doing?
15 points. Teodosic spins. They can't trade baskets, though. Serbia have got to get the stops. And then they got to get the pops. Vitali from the arc. A little long.
Well, not as much ball movement in that possession. There's a big shot. Nice pump fake.
And Jusic lets Polonara go past. Petrusev backs his way in. And he's fouled by Polonara.
Well, the pump fake. Look at the spin move. Vitali trying to draw a charge. Ooh, definitely a hard foul.
Yeah,
and he's up in the air.
Yeah.
It's just a foul. Oh, they're going to review it.
Yep. We'll be quiet as they have a look to see if this is an unsportsmanlike.
More open angle, more open angle. Let's see this angle first. No more speed, please. Okay, I want to see no more speed from the camera below the basket. Go frame my friend. Just go to point of contact. Normal. Yeah. This angle. Yeah. He's trying to reach the ball. Okay, and made the foul. Okay. So the normal basketball play. Let's keep final decision, personal foul. Okay. Number 3 is the shooter. Normal foul. Normal foul. Number 3, shooter.
Now Serbia could use all the help they can get, but they're not going to get Sasha Danilovic on the right. Of course, president of the federation, and of course, one of the all-time greats. Petrusev, again, struggled at the line on opening night, but since that time has been pretty good.
Yeah, 7-7. Of course.
Well, you jinxed him, Josh. You put the curse on him, and Payola and Johan Rosso again looks over Teodosic, who has to do not get a technical in this situation with the reach. Have a look.
Well, it seems like Payola just, that sore ankle kind of gave out on him.
You know, I think Rosso might have seen just a little bit of the hand, a little bit of hand tug from Teodosic on his left biceps, but I could be wrong. I'll have to slow it down. Payola. Of course, he played for former Serbia coach Sasha Djordjevic at Virtus the last couple of years. It's all intertwined, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Payola makes both. He has really looked the part. He has been sensational. Again, Serbia. The pass to Dobric goes up, and they score easily. Italy's defense not quite as stifling as it was. Mannion catches the inbounds pass. Shot clock down to 8.
Ooh, tough pass. Fonseca, good catch.
He turns, puts it up. And this time misses, and a chance for Serbia now. And Petrusev goes hard to the basket, and he's fouled by Polonara. 2 free throws coming. Well, Polonara is picking up some fouls now. 30, let's see, he's got 4. That's his 4th foul. Now a decision from Mayo Sacchetti. Is he going to keep him in? Might he bring in Tessitore?
Yeah, you mentioned that Melli and Polonara both with 4 fouls.
Ooh.
Big free throw right there. And how about Kokoshkov leaving Misic and Bjelica on the bench during this run?
Misic has hardly played in this second half, hasn't he?
Yeah, his shoulder must be really, really bothering him.
Well, they get it back to 14 points. Now Payola gets it to Mannion. Pulls back, he's open. And a quick shot again.
They want to use more clock for sure.
And Andrusic tries to lean in to get the 3-point foul.
Looking for the high-low pass. Good defense from Teodosic.
Fontecchio back to Polonara. Taking more time off. He's got to launch it. Fontecchio. Front and back of the rim, and Andrusic rebounds it. Teodosic pulls up from the arc. Fontecchio back to Teodosic. Another chance. This time Fontecchio runs to the rebound. And now the clock is starting to become the enemy for Serbia.
Looking to isolate Payola versus teammate.
Polonara, count it!
Well, Jeff, MVP right there.
I think so, but we'll see. I mean, he's got 22 points, 6 of 8 from 3-point range, playing with 4 fouls. The only thing that Italy will be carrying right now is that they're winning the game, and they are close to another Olympic participation.
Evo u levom korneru su Kalina. Da, ovdje mi je Avram. Malo ga podigni gore. Anjuša, znači idem u flat.
Well, what can we say that we haven't said already about Polonara? Both he and Fontecchio have been sensational. Mannion, Tonut, Payola. I mean, go right down that roster. This Italy team has found itself. And at some point, we've got to give Mayo Sacchetti some credit, because under his leadership, Italy have come together once again.
Yeah, absolutely. What a coach, what a team. Polonara, who came into the game shooting 69% from the field, which was second behind George Condit in this tournament. And he stepped it up even better. So far!
Petrusev throws it down, and the netting now needs to be fixed. The same net that was messed up in a previous game. Who was it that
George
dunked it?
Condit. I just said his
Condit,
name,
yep.
and there
Bam.
you go.
George Condit looking on from the end zone and saying, I did that. Puerto Rico players still here checking out the action before they fly back home.
Watch this beautiful pick and roll. Petrusev, 2 steps, yammer. And Fontecchio's done everything right, but probably should have made a business decision and stepped out of that one. A strong finish from the 21-year-old center.
3:43 remain, Josh. 15-point deficit. What does Serbia do to pull off a miracle? You're down 15 points, 3:43. I mean, give me a game plan that gives them a chance to haul this back. And remember, Canada were down 10 in the final minute, less than a minute to go against the Czech Republic yesterday, and came back to force overtime.
Right. It's the great thing about basketball is no lead is too safe. It's never over, especially with a three-point shot. The way that you can stop the clock with free throw shooting and hope that they miss free throws. Obviously, this team, Italy, so far 16 of 17 from the free throw line, 94%. So that might not be the most effective solution, but you got to speed the game up. You got to force turnovers. You got to trap. You can get early shots on offense and just hope for a miracle at this point.
Boban Marjanovic, you know, for the early part of this tournament for Serbia was the man, the myth, the legend. But this hasn't been his game. And they see Mrs. Kovacevic, of course, one of the faces of Serbian basketball as well. There's Micic, is just not, if it's his shoulder, whatever's kept him out, obviously he is a big absentee.
So here you see the 2-2-1 zone press. Serbia's pulling out.
Yeah, they got to get turnovers. So they fix the net. Mannion.
Good press break.
Good ball handlers on the floor for Italy. 3.5 minutes remaining. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mannion goes behind his back. Short with the shot. Tonut.
Oh, yep.
And it looked like
it was a tap out.
It looked like, yep, okay, so that's legal.
On the offensive rebound. Nice hesitation.
Poyola gets swatted by Petrusev, and Fontecchio picks it up. Well, Serbia get it back, but they lost a lot of time.
Again, look for Andjusic here coming off the single double screens.
Here he is, Andjusic. He's looking for the three. No, he's going to have to put it on the deck. Goes in, lays it up and in. Mannion says, I'll break it. Over to Polonara. Again, the clock is the enemy now for Italy. I mean, for Serbia. 96-83. The Italians on top. Mannion. Back out to Tonut. And that was short, but Payola with the offensive rebound. A new 14. Now Fontecchio turns, puts it up and in. And that, my friends, is a dagger.
Well, just like we saw in that opening game against Puerto Rico, all three, Mannion, Fontecchio, Polonara, 20 points apiece. Great balanced scoring.
Mannion over to Tonut. And Italy just able to take time off the clock. You know, you fall behind by 20+ points like Serbia have done, and it doesn't matter how well they play in fighting back. They have to work extremely hard just to get it back to a 12-point deficit.
Yeah.
And to get another 12, and it's just against a good team like Italy, the mountain was too big.
They've been clinical on offense. Granted, they've hit 14 threes as well. That always helps.
Tonut takes the contact, puts it up. Well, it's not over yet. Here comes Avramovic. Passes it back to Andjusic, Teodosic, Kalinic, Andjusic from the arc. Another three. Do you believe it's a 10-point game? This thing isn't over.
Oh, 8-second count. 8-second count, Jeff.
And they turned it over.
Count.
Excellent. And the Serbian faithful have certainly not given up.
Yeah, for any fan that left the building early, might want to try to get back in here. Andjusic.
I don't think anybody's left.
I saw a couple people.
They were just getting some popcorn.
Again, this is the closest they've been.
Wow. 10-point deficit, 118. Remember, Canada stormed back against the Czech Republic from this deficit with less than a minute to play to force overtime. All bets are off, folks.
They haven't been in single digits in the second half. But if I'm Italy right now, you have to know that the most dangerous player on the court is Danilo Andjusic.
Yeah.
You know, Kalinic not really a threat from the three-point line. Abramovich hasn't really shot any.
Andrusic 6 of 10 from three-point range, 24 points. Teodosic. They get it to Petrusev. Teodosic. He's hit some big shots in his career here. How about Andrusic? Leans into one, goes out. They stay after it. Polonara. And they stepped out of bounds, so Serbia will get it. They should get, well, I don't think they need all 24 seconds on the shot clock.
That was a very dangerous save. First from Polonara.
Yeah, you don't.
And Mannion as well under the basket.
All the Serbians were chasing the ball in the other, in the corner. So 14 on the shot clock. Again, it doesn't matter. They don't need the shot clock. They need to get shots up quickly. Andrusic gets it to Petrusev. He puts it up. It's an 8-point deficit. Their options are starting to increase here in terms of fouls, putting Italy on the line. Paiola, pressure, into the corner, Fontecchio. They fly in, here comes Kalinic, quickly, Teodosic for three. And if that had gone, and Polonara, Abramovich went down, and I think the crowd was hoping they might call a foul on Polonara. Five fouls on Teodosic. So Dobric checks back into the game. And Josh, just when you think it's over, really, it never is in basketball, is it? Utterly sensational how Serbia have refused to give in, but Mannion now with some big free throws.
I'll tell you what, if Teodosic would have hit that three, only imagine.
Ricci and the Italian bench, they can't celebrate yet. But Mannion gets the first. Some of the Serbian faithful are now losing faith, starting to exit. And Mannion makes both. Well, you got to play all 40 minutes, and there's 30 seconds left. And Andrusic again, good! Back to 7 points. And Dobric fouls Mannion, so Mannion's going to have to keep his cool and make free throws, which he just did, just made a couple.
Yeah, Mannion's shot, not the best free throw shooting in his first few games, just 64% coming into this one, but here tonight, 7 of 7.
Spotlight's on him, and he seems to like the spotlight. And nothing but twine.
Well, Mannion in basketball lore, one of those high school legends over in Arizona. Just an absolute showman on the court. Did it as well as a Wildcat for the University of Arizona. Knocks down both to push it back out to 9.
Here's Kalinic again. They've got to hurry. Andrusic. Well, this time he puts it on the deck. Back to Petrusev. And they call a foul on Paiola. So with 17.2 seconds remaining and a 9-point lead for Italy. Serbia definitely needing a miracle now. He makes one. Italy, so talented for so long, yet shut out of the Olympics since 2004 when they reached the podium, they reached the final. They lost to that great Argentina team. That Italy team that had the likes of Basile, Galanda, Bulleri, Pizzeco.
Well, they'll be talking about these guys for many years.
The drought looks like it's going to end. Well, Tonut doesn't want to ice it just yet. He likes the drama to continue. And he misses both.
Well, 7-point game, Jeff.
And he doesn't want to foul.
Oh,
but now the ball thrown out of bounds. The Azzurri get it back. And really the most improbable really, when you looked at all the Olympic qualifying tournaments, you really looked at this as being Serbia's tournament to win. They were so comprehensive in 2016, but in 2021, it's the Azzurri, Italy. The champagne is already popping over on the bench. Mayo Sacchetti and the Italians have shocked the world tonight. They have come into the Pioneer, the Alexander Nikolic Hall, into the hotbed of basketball in Europe, and they have stunned Serbia 102-95. They are headed to the Olympic Games.
Well, what a game, what a feeling this must be for these Italian players and coaching staff as well. You see how much it means as you check out the statistics, the shooting from this game. Serbia obviously left disappointed here at home in Belgrade, but they went down with a valiant effort. They put up 95 points, but they just could not slow down this fantastic Italian offense.
Remarkable performance from Italy. Of course, they didn't play Senegal because Senegal didn't make it because of COVID, but look at that. Mannion ended up leading them with 24 points, Polonara 22, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This Italian team is partying hard now because they scored 102 points in all, and they beat a basketball nation tonight, Serbia, who, a class act. They never gave up. This does nothing to dent their prestige. They are still one of the best teams in the world. But there can only be one winner, and you have to tip your hat to Italy. They came together as a team. Players have grown up. Polonara, Fontecchio, Mannion, Paiola. The list goes on, and it's just so nice, heartwarming really, to see Mayo Sacchetti get his due. His finest hour as a coach. He has led the Italians back to the Olympics.
Look at the emotion. You just can't feel, but a lot of happiness and joy for this side. Melli, the captain, might not have been his best shooting, but he's a leader, definitely. And really, you know, ever since they were down 17 for Puerto Rico, at that moment, they just turned things around. If you check out the best plays of the second half, Melli getting things going. And Polonara, who is the likely MVP of the tournament. Also, I believe the TCL player of the game, 22 points and 7 of 10 shooting, knocking down 6 3-pointers, 12 rebounds, a couple of steals for good measure. But really, it was a team effort. Paiola off the bench, 10 points. Of course, Fontecchio, 21 points and 8 rebounds. Tonu, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And of course, Nico Mannion, the young phenom, 24 points to lead the way for Italy. On the other end, Serbia, they got 22 points from Petrusev and 27 from Mandzukic, but it just wasn't enough. As you can see at half court, there it is, the ticket to the Olympics. They have officially qualified.
Well, you know what? They deserve it. They played hard. They came together. And really, you know what? It's not about the individuals. It's about the team. And despite, you talk about the incredible performances they got from some just wonderful cast of characters, it's about the team. And they pulled together. They came so close 5 years ago to going back to the Olympics. They hosted it in Turin. They lost the heartbreaker to Bojan Bogdanovic and Dario Saric and Aco Petrovic of Croatia. And, well, perhaps they learned from that. I don't know. But they've certainly done what they needed to do. They came here ready from, let's say, they showed from the very beginning they were going to be a tough out when they fell behind by 17 points in their very first game against Puerto Rico. And they came back to beat the Boricuas in that game. And since that point, they have been on a mission. And look at them celebrate.
Well, if you're an athlete at any level in any sport, going to the Olympics is like nothing else. And that's why you have to love these FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments, giving 4 more teams the opportunity to really chase that dream. And you see the fans,
wow,
joining the party as well.
Josh, I mean, Polonara, as he walks off the court, he's been named the Belgrade Olympic Qualifying Tournament TISO MVP. I have to say, he is very deserving, but you could make a strong case as well for Fontecchio, for Mannion, even Todu. I mean, those guys, they were terrific. Congratulations to him.
TISO gifting him a beautiful watch. Well, you get to go to the Olympics with a brand new watch.
Timekeeping always important. Don't want to miss the plane to Japan. You know, you got to think about the possibilities for Italy, and again, I think it has to be said. You know, there might be some discussion about who's going to be on the plane for Italy. Is that a discussion for another day? Well, these guys, every single one of them, the way they have come together, have certainly done their bit to bring Italian basketball back. And how incredible is it, these Olympic qualifying tournaments? You know, we get a real charge for international basketball even before the Olympics. And is it going to be to their benefit? We saw Serbia win this tournament 5 years ago and go on to reach the final. Maybe those teams that have won the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments are going to have the advantage of having all those games.
That's a great point. The competition, the momentum, obviously the repetition as well.
And that's why I wonder, again, will this be the team that goes? Might an injury knock somebody out? Do you bring in somebody else? You know, at what risk to team chemistry, what have you? I mean, from my perspective, it's an open and shut case, but I know that obviously I'm not the one making those decisions, but these guys deserve it.
Well, whoever ends up on that plane, this team has a chance to do something special out there in Tokyo with the way they play basketball. As you see, they're cutting down the nets. We just put it back up there, and they're cutting it right back down. But it's a celebration here in Belgrade.
It really is. Again, you know, we talked about the hard work that this guy has put into his game. I mean, it is astonishing. Something has clicked with Achille Polonara. Obviously, the hard work, great coaching, but these players are together, and that's the beauty. And you feel bad for Serbia because Serbia played hard, you know? But this was, you can't start playing your best basketball when you're down 22, 25 points, and that's what we saw tonight from Serbia.
Yeah, Italy was just consistent. We mentioned it, 57 points in the second half. They put up 45 in the second, and that's it from us.
Thanks for watching, folks. Italy win it 102-95 to book their spot in the Olympics.
Cazzo, ne manca, eh? Vaffanculo, va. Cazzo, questo non si taglia.